Hey guys, so we back with Earth. You have to excuse my tone. I just bricked a very nice piece of gear. I got an equipment pack. It gave me a pin set chest piece with 5 crit, 4 speed, and 6 crit damage. And let's just say it rolled really fucking bad. It ended at 19 effectiveness, or effect resistance, 16 crit damage, 6 speed, and 5 crit. I instantly plus 15 to, and it's like the worst rolled piece of gear I've ever seen in my life, but okay. So we have the Earth tier list here. This one was actually kind of hard for me to figure out where exactly I wanted to place everything. The top was very easy to decide, but it's where to put everything else. Because there's a lot of units that are good, and there's a lot of units that can be good. And it just made it really awkward to kind of build this. So this is what I came up with, right? So of course in top tier we have these 3. I did originally have Basar up here too, but there's a lot of ways to deal with Basar if you know he's coming into the draft. Against me personally, he's like a force ban every time. I pre-ban this stupid fuck. I hate this unit so much. Yeah, so I pre-ban him like half the time. But when I don't pre-ban him and I pre-ban F10, like he's a big issue for me because of my playstyle. But there's a lot of ways to deal with him in the game. Amelia's in the game now. There's not as many relevant fire units to dodge him. Lilius isn't really around right now. Yeah, I think, like, arguably he could be top tier. But let's just start with Pavel. Pavel is fucking insane, dude. Like, he's bonkers how good he is. Let me just, this will be a little bit different. I'll give an example. Okay, so I recorded my placements. I didn't upload any of this. Let's find Pavel. Preseason. Where you at, Pavel? Okay. This is why I think Pavel is so good, personally. This draft actually it kind of symbolizes what I'm talking about. Oh, my cam is in the way. Let me hide that shit. Give me 1 sec. Okay. You see this draft here? It looks like I'm drafting Bruiser, right? And then you see his draft here. It's a very squishy draft. Okay? I don't know if I win this. I think I do.
All blue units, dude.
But yeah. So I'm like, okay. I got a book here. So I draft Pavel. And then I take Violet too. Right? So Pavel's just like really good in this pick area here. And these last 2, he's a very strong pick. So here, I could pick the Violet. Or I could have picked another book holder that was really good, right? Like Oxlots, for example. Like, against a lot of people, I will draft like this, or I'll draft FCC up here, like so many other people. And then when you come down here, you grab a book holder, and then you grab something else, like Amelia, or, you know, Strays is a very good pick as well. And then, depending on their draft here, if they don't draft any kind of speed contest, I mean, he has F10 up here, first pick, which is okay. But if you don't draft any other speed contests, and this is your only area to draft a speed contest, if I draft 2 fast units here, one of them being Pavel and one of them being another fast unit like Oxlots, or Oxlots is very good last pick in this situation, and they only have 1 speed contest, like he instantly loses the game. It's kind of annoying how that works right now. That's kind of the meta. People are disguising their cleaves and taking advantage of you picking a slower unit or like a bruiser unit in the early draft. And they just take advantage of that. And Pavel is a big part of that right now. So he picks a Ravi, which was terrible into my draft, right? So I'm assuming here I ban the F10. Okay, I ban the A Ravi because I have the Violet.
Okay, he's got to ban the book here, or I kill something.
Yeah.
Or Violet solos him. This is
Yeah.
a good draft against this.
Yeah. So basically what I just said. And he bans Maid.
And he bans, like, the worst thing.
Yeah. So, like, this is early RTA,
really
right?
banking on his speed. Like, he left my book.
So let's get forward a little bit. And look, you already just saw what happened, right? So this is Pavel in a nutshell. And he hits with the little emote, right? So, yeah. That's Pavel in a nutshell. That's what Pavel does.
Okay.
Poor guy. Obviously he was a noob, but yeah. So yeah, there's that. Landy is... Let me turn the camera back on. Landy's insane and like... If you leave Landy against a slow team, like you have a slow draft and you're fighting Landy, it's going to be very hard for you to win that match. Very fucking hard. Unless you have a way to deal with her. Guiding Light is the stupidest artifact ever to be introduced into this game. 100%. I hate that artifact. Giving a unit, like literally it gives a unit S10 who's passive. If you think about it, right? An entire passive. You know, granted it doesn't get, you know, the extra defense, extra attack on when units die. But the fact they can't be hit, she can be knocked out of stealth. But usually she's drafted with like FCC, and people are building their FCCs like 32k, 33k, 35k health. That barrier's fucking massive, right? And it's really hard to knock her out of stealth. Landy can be drafted into cleave as well. Like, I've watched, like I fought Light, right? And he drafted Landy first, and I know he's a cleaver, but like it was very suspicious because, you know, Landy. But Oxlots or Flan in the Landy is so oppressive. Like if you have, I think it's 3 souls or 3 immunities on the other team, right? So Landy will get boosted up. I have to double check her passive. Let's just pull up my game real quick and look at her passive. I'll just leave it small. Landy, she gains what? Yeah, 10 fighting spirits for each. She starts the battle with 50 fighting spirit, right? So, if the other team has immunity, and they have 3 immunities, and you have a book, and you boost into this unit. So, the first boost, she's going to gain she's going to have 50, and then she's going to gain the fighting spirit here, right? So, she'll gain 30 more, and she'll have 80. And then you soul burn into the extra turn, and then your fighting spirit's still at 80, and then you gain the 30 fighting spirit again, and then it goes up to 100, and you S3 them again in turn, giving your whole team a CR boost of 30%, giving everyone a speed buff, doing a fuck ton of damage. Like Landy's just beyond insane. She's good in cleave, she's good in standard. Like, definitely a contender for the best RBG unit in the game. Hands down. Best unit in the game, period. I run mine on proof right now. This isn't really like mine's on... I run a counter-proof one that's, you know, pretty tanky. It's just kind of how I've been using her. Because the way people are dealing with her now... I guess this is a little bit more in-depth video than the other ones, but... the way people are dealing with her now, if you early pick Landy, they're going to fucking cleave you. So, I opted to put proof on mine, so she's a little bit better into cleave when people swap and do the Pavel tech at the end of the draft. She's a little bit more likely to survive because she's got on proof. But yeah, that's Landy. Landy's insane. And then we have Violet. Another cracked unit. This guy is like the biggest asshole in the game right now. There's actually people that play RTA just to abuse this unit. Meaning they'll like pre-ban S10, and then they'll make sure you can't get Carrot. And then they build an entire draft around Violet, and there's not many counters to him. I'm hoping Summerus area, like spoiler alert, I got my Summerus area artifact at plus 27, and I'm literally gonna build Summerus area just as a counter to Violet for people that pre-ban Carrot and pre-ban S10 and abuse Violet. I'm gonna start picking Summerus area into them. That's what I'm gonna build her for. I know she could be decent at it. I fought a couple Summerus areas she was kind of decent. So, and when I say kind of decent, I like Carrot is 100 times better, but she was decent. I could use her in that role to fuck this unit, and that's what I'm gonna use her for. But yeah, he dismantles Rim. Rim is very oppressive right now. He's the hardest counter to her in the game. Like a blue unit can't hit him at all. He's literally immune to getting hit by blue units. People build him really high HP. I can show you my build real quick. Why not? Since we're showing builds. I'm not going to show my Pavel because it has his speed. But yeah, my Violet I opt to go tanky on. So you can see his stats here, right? I'm actually running a flat defense boot. I see a lot of success with this build. He's a little bit slower than I like. I'd like him around 150. But, yeah. Big flat defenses on him. Big defense sub here. And then this is where all my crits coming from is like 2 pieces of gear, right? I like the higher defense because, like, a lot of people deal with Violet by drafting Charlotte. And sometimes I can't ban the Charlotte because they drafted a carrot too, you know? Like, in a situation where they have the 2 last picks, they'll pick Charlotte and carrot, you know? Because maybe I had Rim and you know, I didn't want them to take Violet from me, right? So, yeah. Sometimes I feel like I have to ban carrot over Violet. Or over Charlotte. And I've had my Violet, due to him being so tanky and me getting lucky with Charlotte not smacking him, I've actually had him kill Charlotte. So it happens sometimes because, you know, he's bulky. Just got to land that 1 crit with his S3 and a little bit ways into Frenzy and she's going to die. Yeah. And then we have Bazaar. I already talked about Bazaar. Bazaar's just a bullshit unit. You know, he's always been a bullshit unit. I fucking hate Bazaar, but... Everybody knows what Bazaar does. Everybody knows why he's here, right? And then we have Clury here. Koreans really like using Remnant Violet, right? Clury's a very good answer to him. She's a very good answer into Rim as well. She's very bad into S10. And S10's like queen of the meta right now, I think. But she's good into those niche picks. Like Clury, she has not fallen off as much. I still think she's very good. Terrible into S10, but you know, a lot of units are terrible into S10. What can you do about it? That's about it. And then I have Cenia up here too. I don't have Cenia, but I've seen Cenia do really well. Like for instance on Lakari's stream, I've seen him play with Cenia very well. I know there's instances where she's very good. Like she's pretty good into Violet. You know, a green unit into a green unit's pretty good. So like if they draft Violet, you know, and you draft you know, Cenia into that, and then you already have like a fire unit as well, then you know you're looking pretty good going into that Violet into the match. And she's pretty good anti-Strays tech too, and Strays is really popular. So I just think she's a solid unit. I wish I had her. She looks really fun. And then coming down into A tier, this is like everything else is like niche picks for green. It's weird, right? I have Vildred here because Light uses her to a lot of success, and he has a 16 speed imprint. This is a whale unit. Okay, you need the imprint for him to perform really well. And he's mainly when you're speed racing each other. Like that's really all he's used for. I think he deserves A tier just because of that big ass speed imprint, and you know, he can crank out some damage too. He's not a unit for every player to use in RTA. And then Mueller here is literally the same thing. I have her up here because she's good cleave tech. Not the best, like Opsig and stuff I think are a little better at what she wants to do, but Mueller's another option, and just keep her up here as well. And then Vivian. Vivian's more, like, she's kind of fallen off. She used to be in the meta, like, more heavily. Like, I remember seeing her a lot in Season 1. Her kit's good. She can hold Dingus Orb, which is really good. And, like, immunity and to attack buff. Attack buff is still relevant in the meta. Like, you basically just draft her in a rundown comp. I see some people do it. She's not very good into Violet now. Her immunity, like, bringing her as your immunity unit into Carrot's not very good. But, like, she's pretty good. Like, I don't think she's good into Rim, to be honest, now that I think about it. And she's not good at, she's not really good into any of the blue units in the game. But yeah, pretty much just an aggro unit. And then Rowanna's just here as a counter. I draft Rowanna quite a bit. She's very good in F10, who a lot of people pick. Like, sometimes when people pick F10 into me, I slam Violet and I slam Rowanna as a big fuck you for picking that unit. That's just how I kind of do it. I've drafted her into Rim. I run a plus 30 Stella on mine. I've seen a lot of success from it. You know, might as well. Like, let's just pull mine up again. Oh my god, go away. Go away. Go. Oh, yeah, Hunt event is about to start. My Rowanna is just on free gear, and she performs just fine. So, yeah, I use her in Expo mostly, but, yeah, here she is. She's literally just a wall, right? Really high stats, free gear, right? And then I have a max Stella. I don't know how I maxed this artifact. I didn't pull for it on her banner or anything. It just kept giving it to me. I even have another one in there, but I think this is really nice into like F10, so it does pretty well. And into rim. If you're planning on getting hit by rim a lot, it'll go off a lot. So, yeah. And then I have Valencia here because she's actually pretty decent into rim, believe it or not. Buffs are really popular in the meta right now with Maid and stuff. So she's a decent strip. She can strip their DPS. Yeah, I think Mort is going to be better than her once he gets buffed. So like Mort, I think is going to yeet his way up here after he gets buffed. He might even yeet his way up here, to be honest. I think he's going to be pretty solid with his rework. If you want to hear me talk about the rework, just hit my name, go to the video that has Mort's face on it, and then talk about him there. But yeah, that's all these units. I don't think we really need to go into B here. Like, I could just kind of briefly, like, Celine is a very niche anti-cleave pick. I've used her sometimes, and I've won with her sometimes, but I don't think she's very good. I think after her artifact gets buffed, she might jump up here, to be honest. Like, maybe. Because her artifact change is really nice, and she's the one that takes advantage of it the most. And you can use it at plus 15 and get the guaranteed attack. I've actually lost some games with her because she didn't proc the attack, because mine's at plus 21. So, it's going to be pretty nice. Sid, kind of the same thing as Vildred here. He comes with a speed imprint. He's good in a fast team that kind of runs people down. Some people use him to a lot of success. Christie's a meme, and it's MLM, which she works quite a bit, to be honest. I think she's pretty good in her niche. Ray, maybe once the new Angelica's out, he's going to see a little bit more play. He's just in another cleanser, right? But Amelia's like 20 times better, so you would never like pick him in a draft over Amelia. And there's no reason to pick a green cleanser. Like, what are you worried about cleansing that comes from a blue unit? Like Dizzy, you don't see Dizzy very much. Cleanse SSB, okay, but like I think Amelia just does it all better. Ice area, low-key, I think her kit is really good. And she could be drafted to some success. I fought this guy that he drafted Ice area. It wasn't Hexity. He drafted Ice area, G-Perg, a Sage Bale, and an A Tywin, right? I forgot what I banned out. I banned out like F10 or something. And then like I was stunned the entire game. There was nothing I could do. He just stunned me over and over again. And then like he would reset Sage Ball. He would get his CR again. Like shit was toxic as fuck. Like not gonna lie. Euphine can be used as anti-rim tech. I've seen it. And I've been one shot by a fucking Ludwig from like one of the top 5 Korean players. He literally Amelia boosted into Ludwig and one shot my entire team. I didn't have mitigation, but like all my units were like 1400 defense plus, and he one shot my entire team with this guy. So yeah. And then down here, you know, don't really see him. I did order like maybe these first 6 here, you might see him in a niche match, maybe, but not really, right? So I'm trying to wrap this up because it's already been almost 19 minutes because I shot it, you know, extra footage and stuff. So yeah, that's Earth. Stay tuned for the ML units. If you haven't seen the other tier lists, check pinned comment. I'll drop them in there. And yeah, if you enjoy this kind of content, I appreciate it if you hit the like button. I got more content coming. My next track is done. People made it this far. I can give kind of like a little, let's do a little preview at the end. Just a little preview. I'm not going to play the whole song because it's probably going to be my next upload. Let me mute my mic so it doesn't double feed, right?
Are you ready?
That's all you get. See ya.